Hey guys, it is the 1st of August, which means it's National Family History Month in Australia. I'm really excited. I thought that August last year went really quickly, and now all of a sudden it's August this year, which is insane. The year's almost over. So it's National Family History Month. This year the launch, which is, I'm assuming today, is in Canberra. And if you feel like taking a walk down memory lane, last August I got to go to the launch because it was in Brisbane and it was awesome. So if you feel like watching my video that I did on that, I will put the link below. As Shauna did last year, she's also done another 31, a list of 31 genealogy, family history related activities. She's done one for researchers and then one for family history organisations and societies. So if you're not sure what you want to do this month, then definitely check that list out. I'll put the link to the list below as well. I'm thinking maybe at the end of this month I will give you a little wrap up of everything that I have done for Family History Month. Currently, because I still have uni and work to think about this month, I'm not sure how much stuff I will be able to get done. I'm definitely just going to be doing regular indexing and genealogy. I'm also going to go to South Brisbane Cemetery to see where my boyfriend's ancestors are buried. I'm trying to persuade him to come with me at the moment. He's not really keen, but we'll see how that goes. So I thought I would talk about my great-grandmother's cousin, Alexander Croal. And if you saw my previous video, he is the one whose name is listed in the honour roll at the Australian War Memorial. So Alexander Croal was the son of Alexander Croal and Margaret Munro, and he was born in 1878 in Perthshire in Scotland. Then in 1883, he and his family came out to Sydney on the ship the Aussie. I don't know how to say it. It's spelled Asssaye. Feel free to correct me on that pronunciation, please. Unfortunately, in 1887, his dad died as a result of a work-related incident. But then in 1911, Alexander married Florence Watson. And then World War I started. And on the 14th of May 1915, Alexander enlisted to be part of the Australian Imperial Force. And I have a copy of his attestation, attestation paper, joining paper, I don't know, but there you go. And he was in the 19th Battalion, and in June of 1915, so literally a month after he joined, and he was like 36-ish when he joined. So in June of 1915, he went off to Egypt, and he was actually at Gallipoli for 4 months. And then while he was there, he actually contracted jaundice, TB, tuberculosis, and I think chronic nephritis or something like that, which I think is something to do with the kidneys or the liver. My medical terminology is not that great. So he ended up coming back to Australia at the beginning of 1916 and died as a result of all those things on the 14th of July 1916 in hospital. So that is why his name is on the honour roll in the Australian War Memorial, because he died as a result of the diseases that he contracted while he was serving his country. Now, one thing that I only found it after I was at the War Memorial, but the War Memorial was only, what is the word? The War Memorial was built or started in 1941, I think. So people who had died in World War I and after that, you had to their relatives had to fill out a form with all their particulars. And I found the form that Alexander's family had to fill out. And so this is it. I printed it out. And it was filled in by his brother, one of his brothers, Donald. It doesn't have a date of when it was filled out. So that's why I looked up when the war memorial was started. So obviously sometime after 1941. But it's got stuff on here that I didn't even know about. Like it says what was his calling, so his occupation. It says compositor, I'm not too sure. When I think of that, I think of like music, but I'm not too sure. But then it also says, like, are there any other biographical details that are likely to be of interest to the historian of the Australian Imperial Force? And it says that he was a member of the New South Wales Typographical Association. Now, when I read that, I was like, oh, so he was into typing. Wait a minute, they didn't have computers in those days, so silly me. So I'm not too sure. I want to do more research into that, and find out what exactly the Typographical Association was. And then, this is really interesting, he was a member of the United Grand Lodge of New South Wales of Ancient Free and Accepted Masons Lodge, Manoa. And that seems a bit interesting, so I'm definitely going to research that, because what is that? Like, Masons Lodge? Isn't Freemasons that secret society thing? I don't know much about Freemasons, so feel free to give me information if you know stuff about it, so it would be very helpful. And then in really, really tiny writing, it took down the bottom there, it actually says that he served in Gallipoli from the 20th of August 1915 to the 17th of December 1915. So we have specific dates, which is awesome. But yeah, so that is what I found really, really interesting about Alexander Croal's life. So yeah, that is my great-grandmother's cousin Alexander Croal. Or I should also say that the picture the War Memorial have on their website of him, it's actually incorrect. It is not him. My distant Croal cousin that I have, he corrected me with that. Because I was like, oh yay, a picture when I first started genealogy. And he's like, no, it's not him. So I'm thinking I might contact the War Memorial and just send them the correct picture. So hopefully they can change it, because I don't know why they'd have that picture of him, because it's not him. But yeah, anyway, I hope you guys have an awesome Family History Month. Let me know what you get up to. I'd love to know. I'd love to hear about your adventures. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye! So I thought I would talk to you about blah, blah, blah.